Okay, guys. So we'll talk a little bit about the smart contract audit business in the AI world. Just to introduce ourselves, Nethermind Security is the arm of Nethermind for dealing with security. We do smart contract audits, formal verification, smart contracts, real-time monitoring. So in the beginning, before the DAO hack in 2016, we had the internal audits. Basically, the teams were not looking for external audits, they were auditing themselves. And then it doesn't prove to be very effective. Then we have the external audits. We have the firms. Clients go to these firms to get an audit of the code base. This model evolved to what we call the community audits. It's the code for Arena, Immunify, Code Hogs. There are many models where we have a community engagement. And what is coming next? Well, we believe will be AI audits. But how the market will evolve? So here I'll make just a brief introduction. External audits, if you don't know what they are, basically we call it traditional smart contract audits. It's a comprehensive security assessment performed by leading blockchain security firms to identify vulnerabilities, ensure compliance, and enhance the protocol. Oops, go down. Good points. In-depth security analysis by industry experts, proven methodologies, structured approach, enhances the investor confidence. Limitations, expensive, time-consuming, limited to the expertise of a small team because the client cannot afford many auditors. Okay, and static reports that may become outdated as the code evolves. Let's talk a little bit about the contest. This is a nice, let's say, wave that we have now, changing the audit business. Basically, we have the buggy bouncing programs, and the advantage is we have a global community of researchers who are competing for the revenue. So what are good things? Access to a diverse pool of security experts. This can enhance the security of your protocol. Cost-effective, continuous security testing and improvement. Real-world validation of smart contract security. So you're not tied to a single company. You are audited by usually anonymous auditors. However, no guaranteed timeline for vulnerability discovery. Quality of findings depend on the skill and level of the participants. And it depends on how much you pay, because if you're paying a high price, you can have good auditors. But if you're paying low, maybe they won't put their attention, and you have a bunch of young guys. In personal experience, you don't talk to the guy, you don't know who is auditing your code, you don't know how good they are. You need to get all the 1,000 issues that they will report and do the proper triage. You will have many duplicate and low quality submissions because they are not worried about your quality, they are competing for a honeypot. So, and they are anonymous, so they don't really care that much about your protocol. We as a firm, we care because we are exposed, and if you're hacked, you're audited by us, we have a big problem. But if I'm anonymous, I'm a monkey, it's not like that. But there's a trend that's coming. There's a shift in the auditor role. In the beginning, we were more code reviewers. And now we are becoming key partners in the development life cycle. This is very important, and it changes the way we must approach security. And companies who don't understand that will face very difficult problems. I don't think they will survive. So, in part, we are becoming business analysts. We need to look for vulnerabilities, but we also need to be able to assess the idea of your protocol, Does that idea make sense? So we can help you. We can even provide the audit before you have the code base. We can help you through the development. We can help you to create your architecture. So the job increasingly requires understanding the business logic behind the contracts and the logic behind all the contracts that are related to that, so you can properly advise your client in making the best business decisions. And while we are in this movement, where we have the contests who are taking auditors, who were taking auditors from the auditing firms, and also this shift in the way we are presenting ourselves, we have the rise of AI, supporting developers, auditors, and decision making, because you can talk to the AI. So we will have applications developed by AI? Yeah, we will have them. Should they be audited by AI or by humans? We'll have AI hackers, for sure. In the near future, we may face more automation of audits. This is very important. So AI-based audit tools may become more common, helping the developers and helping the auditors. Auditing AI-generated code cannot be as easy as auditing human-created code. So we'll need other methodologies, because we can even put as requirement that the code cannot be easily understood by a human person. This can be one of the requirements of the protocol, since it's generated by AI. We'll have new kinds of vulnerabilities that we don't have today, created by the AI. So if we have the AI develop, what kind of vulnerabilities it can introduce in the code? And there's a nice road ahead. So this is a tweet from Vitalik. AI-assisted formal verification and code, bug finding. And now I'll ask my friend to talk a little bit about the rise of AI in software development and in the audit business to make to show you how things are evolving.
Hello, my name is Luciana. My friend forgot to introduce me, sorry. So I'm gonna move a little from the AI audit for a moment to shift to AI development. At Google, today, currently, today, currently, 25, more than 25% of new code, they are generated by AI. And this AI-generated code, they are reviewed by engineers. They review the code and they validate. So we see that the AI, they improve the development productivity. However, they need to humans to take a look and validate them. So we know that AI tools are very famous, like GitHub Copilot. I think all developers once at least tried once this. And the AI tools for developing, they are becoming very important to the development process. In a recent study, for example, GitHub, they used telemetry data of almost 1 million users. And they observed that the more than 30% of the recommendation from Copilot are accepted by developers. So for a moment, we think that 30% is not so much as a new code in a protocol, for example, or web application. However, this 30%, it means like more than 15 million developers on the market. So we have a question. If AI is helping traditional developers, can it also help smart contract developers? Well, I think they can. For example, in now shifting back to smart contracts, we see some key difference between traditional applications with smart contracts. Imagine if you deployed your web application and you detect a bug. What you need to do there? You need to correct, and you just deploy the new version. However, the smart contracts, they are immutable. We know that if you deploy a bug, the bug is there. And also, AI-generated bug in application like, for example, Google service, you could have some delays, some functionality doesn't work, but in a DeFi protocol, you could have millions drained. So, and what is then the potential of AI in smart contracts for auditing? We know that AI is already being used to detect vulnerabilities, and we could observe that the AI can detect some kind of issues that follow a kind of similar patterns, like, for example, reentries, loops. These kind of issues the AI already can detect. But currently, at this moment, what we see that the AI is facing is detect some complex vulnerabilities related with logic business. At Nethermind, we have the audit agent. It is a tool. In the team, our team, we run for every new auditing. We run the tool as a checklist to guide us to make sure that we didn't miss any issue. And as I mentioned before, at Google, they still require humans to review the AI-generated code. And here, they work as a pair programming with the generated tool to AI generating code, and also to review. So they have a kind of pair programming and pair auditing, pair reviewing the code. And for smart contracts, not different. We can use also AI audit tool to help us working as a pair auditing. For example, you have the human and your tool support. In this case, the human is not only the auditor. You can use as a developer can run a tool, for example, our tool, and then you can guide it to make a clean in the code, to make an internal audit first, in the first moment. How we could do that? Well, first you scan the whole repo that you developed and detect some issues, and the tool make some alerts for points of attention, describing severities and the potential issue, and also recommending the fixing. And then the coming developer or the auditor, they review these findings and validate them. And also, the AI can suggest fixing also. And in this case, the developer could review this fixing and verify if this fixing is enough to solve the valid issue, and also apply this fixing. So, and then this, what is the advantage we do that? As I mentioned before, AI tool to generate code improves developer productivity. And in this case here, we can also speed up the process for development, and also increase the safety, because you can take for some minutes, you get a bunch of issues detected by the tool, and you validate each issue. So what we see as a future using AI in auditing smart contracts. Of course, we know AI will continue, will improve in time. For detecting vulnerabilities is a matter of time to improve, but a full AI automation is still risky. But in near future, what we see is AI auditor you have a powerful copilot tool for helping in security audit. And then now we have here Cristiano. Could you please present this?
Just like we had the shift from auditors doing bug bounties, we'll have the same thing with auditors. So companies are developing their auditors, but very soon those auditors will compete. And for allowing those auditors to compete, we have this platform. If you scan here, you go to our Telegram group, Agent for Arena. We are playing with code for Arena, basically a platform to have auditors, AI auditors to run your audit. So this is us. We have some links. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, it will be a pleasure.